Physics Wallah. नाम सुना है? Yes? So Physics Wallah is India's top EdTech online platform which helps young learners to carry with their education or learning in an easy way. So we are really lucky or fortunate to have Physics Wallah as our sponsors. We have Supreet Singh from Physics Wallah who is going to deliver a keynote. So guys, please give him a round of applause.
One second. Yeah. Let's get to it. So, I am the Director of Engineering at Physics Wallah. I am assuming most of you might have heard about the company. It's a relatively young company. 3 years back, it was like a very small company, very small startup. And, yeah. Sorry about that. Now, it's the 101st unicorn of the country, right? And it's growing really well. And I'm lucky enough to join the company like a year back. And we have a good, strong, like 300 plus engineering team. And I think AWS as a company has made it possible for us to grow at such a fast pace, right? So let me quickly give a brief about me, the company, and then we'll jump right into the use cases. One or two examples from how we have leveraged the AWS services to, grow at a very fast pace. So just a quick brief. I'm IIT Bombay alumni, like from Powai, and built a startup, successful, profitable startup in college in 2013. Sort of sold it. Multiple 0 to 1 journeys. Built a team of 150 right from 1 or 2 member teams. Again, lucky enough to be a part of 0 to 1s here. And currently, I'm taking care of a lot of teams here. The live team, there's like 15 different verticals in PW. And I'm taking care of a couple of them. And a quick side note, I love road trips, cooking, and a lot of more road trips. So just a quick brief about me. Physics Wallah, yeah. We are the current biggest EdTech company in the country, I can safely say that. And we have so many verticals. The most famous one being batches. So Physics Wallah is popular for classes where you have like 1 lakh students in one class, attending polls, doing chats, attending classes by like really great teachers kids love. But that's just not it. This is the online segment. Apart from that, we have the offline segment. It's called Pathshala and Vidyapit. Vidyapit is like you have centers, offline centers. Teachers come like on stage, they teach, right? Just like Alan and other companies. Pathshala is a hybrid model. Like teachers are inside studios, students are like physically present, and teachers are teaching from one studio to like 50 different centers in the country. We have our own school now. We have our own college as well. Like there's a PW Institute of Innovation in Bangalore. There's a School of Management, School of Technology. They're 4-year courses where kids learn about data science, kids learn about business. Okay. Skills probably is relevant for this room. We do a lot of upskilling courses. And the central theme around everything is usually the cost is very low and the volume is usually high. Like you can get pretty amazing courses, let's say on skills for like $6,000 talking about every range of topics. You can do a 2-year IITZ preparation for $4,000. That's like, these numbers are unheard of, and this is what makes PW a very unique offering, that you keep the cost very low, and you give that opportunity to as many kids as possible to learn and, to be successful in their career and journeys. So, even I got the opportunity because of like companies like this who came to us. Like I'm from a small city called Patiala, right? And I was lucky enough that a company came there, gave coaching, I got into IIT, and like I'm able to give back to the community. And so I think that value means a lot. Like you need to give as much as possible back to the society. Yeah. Scale numbers, pretty crazy, I think. 4 million plus monthly active users. Like 1.3 lakh students in offline centers. Paid students are like 16 lakh. If you talk about NEET, they're like around 20 lakh students giving exams every year, right? And more than 50% of them like going via Physics Wallah. YouTube views are like off the roof. The whole origin story of PW is about YouTube, like 5.3 billion views. 2-3 days back, we had a peak RPM of 2.2 million. Like, it's a pretty crazy number, a lot of night outs. I've not slept since last week. And somehow I got some sleep yesterday night. And we had 1.3 lakh students day before yesterday in that 1 hour window. Like, everybody's interacting. It's not just a video getting delivered. People are talking, people are chatting, people are participating in polls, and everything on the fly with 1.3 lakh students live in the classroom, in 1 or 2 classrooms combined. Yeah. So, of course, you can't do these things without some challenges, right? Security being a nightmare most of the time. Kids trying to, the course is worth 4,000, and still the kids are, like, a lot of people are trying to put them on, torrent sites and do whatnot. Like, there's multiple websites that are trying to, get our data. There are a lot of access control related issues. Scale up, like, you have a small startup dealing with, 10,000 people a day to a 4 million plus MAU, right? So the scale has been a very, very big challenge that we've faced in the past 2 years. Media processing, so everything is about videos at PW, right? So there's a lot of media getting processed, live videos being, broadcasted. We are processing them, giving them making them available for download. All these challenges we have faced over the past, within like 2.5 years, and I think like if companies like AWS did not exist, this is just simply not possible. Like, most of our stuff we have built on managed services by AWS. And right from media processing, your K8 setup, access control, security, right? We'll talk about 1 or 2 use cases which you might feel are more relevant, and we'll dig a bit deeper into these. Yeah. So primarily these days I'm working on security aspects, right? So all our content, primarily in the form of videos, is delivered via CloudFront CDN. And our main website, we get a lot of DDoS attacks. We get a lot of people just trying to bring our website down, right? So I'll talk about 2 main things here. One is WAF and one is Lambda at Edge. Okay. So I'm sure you guys have might have heard about WAF. WAF is basically a sort of like a firewall for your website, right? And it's in front of CloudFront for us. And we have 2 main use cases around this. One is if somebody tries to attack us, we put, AWS gives 2 options. One, you can have your custom rules. You want to rate limit certain APIs. Your website can handle up to, maybe 2 million requests per minute. So you can put like proper well-defined rate limiters, and WAF takes care of that. As soon as the rate limit is hit, you stop, giving the service. Second is, there are certain inbuilt policies which are there in WAF. These policies, like based on IP addresses and known traffic, WAF stops these bots from attacking a website. Okay? This is just one graph which shows like around 2 billion requests getting 403 on our platform. And as soon as we started using the managed WAF service, we didn't have to do anything as such. We just put the WAF layer in front of the website, and around the 403 forbidden attacks went up to like 20x. Like, that's a huge, huge number. Like, there were like almost 30-40 billion requests getting blocked because of attacks. So this all has been possible because of implementation of WAF for us. Let's move to Lambda Edge. I think it's a very interesting component that AWS offers is the Lambda service. A lot of you might have already heard about serverless. I think you've heard about serverless, right? Like, yeah. So it's the easiest way to get your thing, product up and running. You don't want to set up your EC2 machines, and you don't want to do a lot of stuff. Put your functions in one function, click on play in the console, and you're up and running. So that's what Lambda does. You put your code, you put in, you run it, and it can serve as an API layer. Lambda Edge on the other end. So have you heard about CloudFront? CloudFront is a CDN distribution setup, right? So if you are watching a video, you want the latency to be minimum. So there are a lot of distribution centers that are set up so that you can watch that video with minimal latency. So if I'm here, there's a Mumbai center. If I'm in Bangalore, I'm sure they have a lot of pop locations. And because of these edge locations, you are able to see your content with minimum latency. So Lambda Edge is a very interesting thing. So not just your content, you can run some functions on the edge, right? It's like I am watching a video in Bangalore, and there's some distribution center in Bangalore. I want to do something before sending the video to the student. So you can run a small function with minimal effort and sub 20-second latencies, and you can do some processing before sending the data to students. So what we have done is, there are two use cases. One is, how do you redirect your users? Like, if somebody is logged in, you want to send them to one URL. If somebody is not logged in, you want to send them to another URL. So your scaling up strategies might be different. For not logged in users, you have some SEO activities going on probably. And you want to make sure that a logged in user who has bought a course, right, they go to the right website without any hindrance. So what we have done is we put a Lambda edge function. It reads the token. It tries to understand via JWT, authentication, and it redirects the user according to the state of their authentication. So with the help of this Lambda edge function, so every user that comes will go through this Lambda edge function, and they'll be redirected according to the state. So with the help of Lambda edge, we've been able to reduce the post-login, redirection time of around 70%, right? So this is a huge number, I think. For every paid user, every time they come onto our platform, a lot of time savings we are seeing. And it makes sure that no unauthenticated user gets into the website. So it controls right at the CloudFront level. So it's just a graph showing like more than 1 million invocations of the Lambda function every day, like with average latencies touching 20 milliseconds or less. Other one is media access. So for users, as I already mentioned, that there are a lot of people trying to get access to videos. So we try to put a layer on top of the videos, wherein if I'm a user, I'm trying to watch a video. Okay? There are a lot of people who try to host these videos on their own websites. So we put multiple checks. Let's say one is a course check, right? There are other checks as well. So when a user wants to watch a video, there's a media file called M3U8 or dash. Okay. A user will try to access this file, and on the basis of that, you're able to watch a video. So as soon as you access that file, and you want to watch your class video, right? So there's a Lambda edge that runs. It checks if you're authenticated. It checks if you have the right access to a purchased course. It checks if that video is something that you should be able to watch as a part of that batch. And then it gives you that file from S3. There's a CloudFront layer as well in front. So it gives you that file, and then you're able to watch a video. It makes sure that no unauthenticated users are able to watch your video, even if they have access to all the links, all the CloudFront URLs, right, with the help of Lambda edge. And again, latency is something very critical when it comes to media. So keeping the latency within a few milliseconds. There's a problem with the graph. This number is around, we've started doing some A/B experiments in the range of 30 to 40,000 invocations per day. And it's working out really well for us right now. Okay. And yeah, that's about it. This is like 1 or 2 examples around, how we make use of these services and how they really helped us grow as a startup. Thank you so much.